Chapter 75. Not a game. Now that the Skordana had spotted Quinn, he had no choice but to stand his ground and fight. In a red portal planet, there would be more dangerous and higher-tier beasts than an intermediate one. Although he could make a run for it and head outside, the commotion caused might attract even more dangerous beasts, and that was the last thing he wanted. Looking at the squashed Rataclaw, he could tell the beast was powerful and he needed to avoid getting hit by those claws. Already using the flash step had taken a considerable amount of stamina, and at most, he was able to perform it one more time during the fight. As the scorpion creature turned, it immediately started charging forward. Hoping to scare it away and do some damage, Quinn let out 2 blood swipes. This time the attack was more powerful than before. The lines looked thicker and larger as they left his hands. The level 2 increase in the skill, on top of his extra stat points in strength, had really improved the attack. However, the scorpion wasn't stupid and covered itself with its 4 claws, blocking the attack. As the blood swipe made impact, the scorpion was pushed back a few steps, but no damage could be seen, not even a white scratch mark on the claws. Damn it, the scorpion's claws are an exoskeleton. An exoskeleton beast meant that the beast's skeleton was on the outside, making the outer shell incredibly hard. As Quinn looked and inspected the creature even closer, he could see that every part of the beast was covered in some type of shell, apart from the upper body. That was the beast's weak point, and that's where he needed to hit. With a plan set in his head, Quinn charged forward once again. The scorpion opened up its 4 claws ready to attack. The first claw came down. Swiftly he was able to dodge the attack, then the next set of claws followed. Avoiding the claws was difficult, but right now Quinn was in full concentration mode. As the 4th claw came out to attack him, the beast's body was now wide open. Then as Quinn readied his hand to cast his blood swipe skill, he felt a sharp pain in his back. As he looked up, he could see something connected to his body, and when he followed it, it went behind the beast. A tail that wasn't there before. The beast then lifted Quinn with the tail and chucked him hard up against the wall. As he fell to the ground, his HP had taken a huge hit. 13 out of 45 HP. As Quinn looked into his stomach, he could see a large puncture had been created and blood was quickly flowing out of his body. Critical hit. 12 out of 45 HP. 11 out of 45 HP. 10 out of 45 HP. As the blood continued to leak out of Quinn's body, so did his HP. In order to stop his HP from continuing to drop, he had no choice. Blood bank. 10 milliliters have been used. 40 milliliters remaining. 15 out of 45 HP. As he absorbed the blood, the puncture in his stomach slowly started to heal, but it wasn't going to be enough. He needed more blood, and with the Skordana charging towards him, he needed it fast. Just use it all. Blood bank empty. 35 out of 45 HP. With his health nearly full, his wounds had healed up almost instantly, and Quinn was able to move once again. Looking at the scorpion, he noticed the tail truly wasn't there. Is it able to take it into his body and out at will? This is going to be a pain. If it wasn't for all the levels up he had received while in the container, he would have already been a dead man, and with no more blood bank, Quinn was unable to take another blow. There were no more second chances. Hoping to stop its charge forward, he threw blood swipe after blood swipe. The beast held up all 4 of its claws and crossed it against its body, protecting it at all times. But the beast was powerful and continued to push through despite the blood claws coming towards it. It got closer and closer, but Quinn never stopped using his blood swipes. 30 out of 45 HP. 28 out of 45 HP. ... A battle of strength was being displayed between the two. The red swipes were powerful and started to knock the beast back, and eventually, even the claws started to crack, but neither of them gave up. 13 out of 45 HP. But Quinn couldn't keep it up. If he carried on using the blood swipes, then he soon would completely run out of HP. He had no choice but to change his plan. When the beast was close enough, Finally the tail was revealed from above. While its claws covered and blocked its body from the swipes, its plan was to attack from above with its long large tail. As it fired its tail downward, just before the tail could pierce Quinn again. Flash step. Suddenly, Quinn was no longer in front of the scorpion and now was directly behind it. He gathered all his strength from the bottom of his body. It rose up into his fist, and as he slammed down his foot, at the same time he pulled back his hand and released all the power he had into his attack. Hammer strike. As soon as the blow had hit the beast's soft human upper body, a large hole was created. It was around the size of a human head, and a chunk had been taken out, allowing him to see completely through the beast to the other side. Then a few moments later, the beast had collapsed to the ground, and so had Quinn, completely exhausted. As he lifted his hands, his gauntlets had completely shattered. They were too damaged from the Rataclaw's bite from before, and it was unable to take the impact of his hammer strike. The gauntlets no longer gave Quinn the extra attack power it did before, but it was hard for him to be upset for long, for a number of messages had appeared. Skordana has been killed 1000 EXP. First intermediate beast kill 5000 EXP. First Skordana killed 2000 EXP.